Bonsoir tout le monde. Merci beaucoup d'être là pour ce point de presse. Il est 10h25. Il est beaucoup plus bonheur que d'habitude. Puis je pense qu'il va falloir s'y faire quand Adonis va faire des combats finaux. C'est sa première finale en carrière. Et ça a duré, je ne sais pas, moins d'un round. Une performance exceptionnelle. Qui couronne, je vous dirais, une semaine qui était quand même assez frustrante dans la promotion de cet événement-là. Mais je vais laisser... We really have a privilege to have with us Emmanuel Stewart, who's a legendary trainer. He trained over 26 world champion, and he really took Adonis Stevenson under his wing. And he was in training camp in Austria with Vladimir Klitschko. So he left the training camp, came here yesterday. He's going back there tomorrow. That say a lot of what he thinks on Adonis Stevenson. So I'll introduce you immediately, Emmanuel Stewart, for him to say a word about what has happened tonight. Emmanuel.
Thank you very much, Ron. I've trained and managed 43 world champions.
Oh, sorry.
Plus 6 Olympic gold medal winners. Since you're going to give me my praises, give me all of them too. But anyway, Adonis Stevenson is one of the best pure punchers that I have ever met in my life. And in addition to his boxing skills, but he's an unbelievable puncher. And at the Crunk Gym where he's trained for the last 3 weeks, I just had to leave just this 1 week to go to Austria, not Australia, Austria, to train. There's a lot of snow in Austria. And anyway, I just texted Vladimir and told him that Adonis had a sensational one-punch knockout. But anyway, Adonis has been boxing with Andy Lee at the Crunk Gym, and they've had some workouts that was really worth televising. And I felt that if he could score a knockout tonight, he would get the attention of the Montreal fight fans because we have a great city here for us fans and one of the best boxing cities in the world. And this has been built up a lot off of Lucien Boutte, who's did a great job, and Jean Pascal. But those guys will be gone pretty soon in another few years because they're getting older. And we need someone to fill that void with all these great fight fans here. And I think that what you saw tonight has got the fans excited. Nothing sells like knockouts to me. It's, get all of these decisions. I don't care. I'm not knocking anyone. Andre Ward, never going to knock out any big fighter. All of them, they playing it safe. This is what sells when you see someone knock someone out. And this was one of the best knockouts that I have saw in my 60 years in boxing. It was a one punch. The guy wasn't even hurt. And I liked the way that Adonis came out himself. He took control over the fight. He was not reacting to the other fighters. And he just came out, set the tempo, and freely threw his power punches. Even if he missed them, he come right back. Never did take off. Never went into a let me see what he's going to do type mode. And I love that. And with that type of attitude, his skills, and that big punching power that he has in both hands, he's going to be packing the arena here the same way that Lucien Boutte has been packing them. And, I didn't even want to get into it, but the question to everyone was comparing him to Boutte now, him and Lucien. So it's good. Whether they fight or not, the fact that he's got the attention of the Montreal fans now with that one big punch. And I've known Gonzales a long time. He was one of my amateurs. That was a part of my program. And he's lived and trained with me at Crunk Gym in 2003. He was the top amateur boxer in the United States. I don't mean in his weight division. He was the tops. He beat Andre Berto, I think, 3 times in the tournaments. I'm not sure whether he beat the real. He was voted by the United States amateur boxer the #1 fighter. And having been with him on a lot of trips, I have never saw anything that happened to him tonight. I thought that would happen. And just such an unbelievable one-punch knockout that you just don't see this. I told Adonis, I say, you look like a younger version of Thomas Hearns. And that's how Thomas Hearns was selling out the arenas in Detroit. Not because of winning fights, but because of that explosive knockout punching power. And that's something you don't see today in boxing. I mean, I hate to say it, I got my heavyweight champion, Vladimir Klitschko, who I'll be going back with because we're fighting 2 weeks from now. And even nobody hardly scores knockouts like that. I mean, maybe after they've systematically worn someone down, they get tired, but not to just Wild Guys fresh just to turn the lights off completely. So that excites me. I'm quite sure it's going to excite a lot of fans, and it's going to be filling a lot of arenas. I know all over the world that punch is going to be heard, and I'll be getting calls as soon as I get back. I read it my sister. I don't know how she's picked it up on something, but she's going crazy. She said she could not believe it. And with the gold trunks on and the white shoes, it looked like Tommy Hearns, but it was nothing.
Thank you very much, Manuel. Maintenant, Adonis, quelques commentaires sur la performance et sur la semaine peut-être aussi.
Yes, it's a great week.
Peut-être en français.
C'est une grande semaine. Puis, vous savez, bon, il y a eu beaucoup de déboires. Le monde pensait, mes fans, tout le monde pensait que, bon, ils disaient, ah, il ne pas déconcentré, il fait tout ça pour déconcentrer. Puis, soyez focus. Ben, j'essaie, dans le ring, c'est sûr que j'étais vraiment focus. Puis, j'ai utilisé mon jab, mes mouvements, comme que Emmanuel m'a montré, c'est les mêmes affaires que j'ai utilisées pour un gaucher. Comme je vous avais dit, je suis vraiment confortable aussi à boxer avec les gauchers. Puis, j'ai pas cherché de knockout. Regarde, c'est arrivé comme j'avais dit. Ça allait arriver toute seule, puis c'est arrivé toute seule.
Est-ce qu'il y a des questions?
Adonis, can you take me back to the knockout and tell me how satisfying the victory was with everything that went on this week between you and Gonzales and the press?
Well, but you know, he talk a lot of bad thing on me, but you know, but I stop it, but it's not it was a good satisfaction, you know. It's like yeah, I beat you, you know. I'm not a guy like that, you know. So you know, I boxing, I jab the guy, and I jab it and bang the punch just coming by yourself, you know. So I'm not like come here and beat you, you know. I'm not like that, you know. I'm very happy. I'm winning. I'm very happy.
Adonis, what do you have in mind next?
I'm in mind, but that's my promoter. But you know, I need a title shot, and now I'm ranking number 2, soon number 1. So now that's a job to my promoter to make happen, you know.
Okay, la situation est exacte là-dessus. On a ça par écrit vers la IBF. Là, présentement, c'est Carl Froch qui est l'aspirant obligatoire à Luchan Bouté. Puis je suis convaincu que ce combat-là va avoir lieu. Si jamais il arrivait quelque chose et que Froch, pour une raison ou une autre, se désistait, Adonis serait à ce moment-là nommé l'obligatoire, sans autre combat. Mais Interbox aurait l'opportunité de payer, de demander une dérogation pour se battre contre quelqu'un d'autre. Et à ce moment-là, il l'aurait certainement. Et à ce moment-là, il faudrait que Adonis fasse un autre combat contre l'adversaire le plus haut disponible pour devenir officiellement le numéro 1. Mais c'est sûr, les règlements de la IBF sont très, très sévères. Puis, quand il y a une opportunité qui se présente, si tu es déjà engagé dans un autre combat, ça te disqualifie. Donc, je vous promets que Adonis ne sera pas impliqué dans un autre combat tant que celui-là ne sera pas confirmé, celui que je vais parler. Quand ça va être confirmé, l'objectif maintenant avec Adonis, on vous a parlé de position, mais on va parler davantage de notoriété. Maintenant, ce qu'il faut qu'on fasse avec Adonis, c'est de l'amener, de faire assez de bruit, battre des adversaires d'assez de qualité, que si un jour, parce que ça va arriver cette année, je suis sûr, quand on va avoir une offre de championnat du monde, ça va se faire parce que les réseaux de télé américains vont dire oui, on achète. Donc, c'est notre travail de s'assurer qu'Adonis, à ce moment-là, ait eu la visibilité et la notoriété requise.
Adonis, tu as répondu en anglais, mais peux-tu nous dire, est-ce que tu as ressenti une satisfaction spéciale de te débarrasser de lui aussi rapidement que ça?
Bon, écoute, comme que je disais, satisfaction spéciale, le plan de match était de le jabber, puis de rester calme. Puis c'est ça que j'ai fait, j'ai resté calme, j'ai jabbé, puis je l'ai testé, j'ai lancé ma main une fois, j'ai testé, puis quand j'ai touché bang, il a tombé, mais c'est pas, j'ai gagné, j'étais content, j'ai gagné, mais c'était pas comme je t'ai battu, tu sais, une vengeance, c'est pas comme ça que j'ai vu, c'est pas comme si je voulais une vengeance absolument de lui, que je voulais sa peau, non, c'est pas ça. J'ai gagné, je suis content, j'ai gagné.
Question pour ton entraîneur, M. Stewart. Adonis was really upset with Gonzales the last couple of days. What did you tell him to make sure he was really focused to his fight?
I've been speaking to him on the phone, this last week since he's been here. I just told him just, to keep this man focused on the fight. And this goes with the territory. When you get to be a star, and it's some of the things he said were just totally, borderline of actually we could sue someone. That, the things, the comments he made about it in his background. But I just told him mainly to stay focused. But he was very excited about this fight here. We got exactly what we wanted. I think that Yvonne has did a phenomenal job of handling his career, promoting him, creating this fight here. A guy who had a good record, very respected, and still now through this properly made fight, he's in a position now to be able to challenge for the world championship. But he never got too upset after a while, related to the incident. And the main thing that everyone is talking about now is what a tremendous knockout that was. So all of the other things are gone. I always said that you want to get even with your enemies, be successful. You don't even get into mind games and verbal things. You win, and all of the guys, and I don't want to say this, even this ex-trainers who said some nasty things, which I was hurt by, and the Grant brothers, they said so many bad things. He never did get back in there. I said, just be successful. He kicked their ass tonight with that left hand. That's all he had to do. As long as you keep winning, you will out-augur everyone else without arguing.
Emmanuel, was there anything tactically in training camp that you worked on Adonis with that you thought he needed improvement that you saw him do tonight?
Well, no, we worked on punching power, Crunk. All of the trainers all over the world are putting on this show here with this little, and it's all sort of fighters never really punch through the target. It looks as a great show, all of this, can talk to the toe. And that's what the trainers are doing. No one is punching through with the target. We work at the gym with him on punching with his full power. That's what we worked on. And the rest was having good boxing. He had tremendous boxing at the Gronk. Very competitive guys. A kid named Leandre White, who's very good amateur fighter, who's very left-handed and very fast. And boxing with Andy Lee, the top middleweights in the world. And so the quality of the boxing, the competition, and emphasizing punching all the way through when you land a punch, that's all we had to do. But he's a naturally talented athlete anyway.
D'autres questions?
Yes, Yvonne, is a knockout, like such a convincing knockout like that, will that make it tougher to find opponents?
No, not because of his position now. No, it's tough to bring him up because he was left-handed, good punching power, but now that he is world rank at the top of the IBF list right now, there will be for sure boxer that will want to challenge him to try to take his spot while we're waiting for an opportunity for the World Championship. Oui.
Adonis, à quel point tes séjours au gym à Détroit fait une différence ce soir dans le ring?
Écoute, ça m'a vraiment aidé parce que ici j'avais pas beaucoup de sparring. Puis là-bas, comme Emmanuel disait, les gars, c'est des boxeurs, ils savent boxer, t'en as toutes les qualités des gars rapides, puis c'est pas des gars qui ont froid aux yeux, c'est des gars qui ont pas eu la chance puis de monter, puis ils sont là, puis ils sont prêts à tout. J'ai eu des bons sparring, puis ça m'a vraiment aidé aussi technique, mon niveau technique aussi. Ça m'a vraiment aidé à développer d'autres aspects en moi.
Est-ce que tu es monté dans le ring psychologiquement différent ce soir?
Je suis monté dans le ring, j'étais vraiment confiant. C'est sûr et certain, parce que je me suis préparé en conséquence.
Et réellement, je pense que le plus gros point de la présence de M.